Looks like I'm streaming. Although I have to go check to make sure that it's working okay. In fact, here, hold on. Let me go back. Currently editing my video, but I want to make sure I can be heard over my video, so I have to go watch my stream, which is going to sound really dissonant, but I just need to hear long enough to make sure that I can be heard over it.
Hi, everybody. My horns are growing in, so my voice is going to sound a little different. Hope you don't mind.
Well, it takes a million years to load. A million years to load. All right. So, a million years to load. All right. So, a million years.
In the last episode,
Yeah, it seems like it's working.
Guinevere is abducted due to King Arthur's incompetence, and a shoddy search party is dispatched, comprised of Gawain and some no-names. Also the title character, who is unnamed. Oh my god, you guys will never guess who it is. While en route, our titular character finds himself riding in a shame wagon, all the way to a posh Airbnb, where he attempts to sleep in a Tempur-Pedic bed that is off limits to basic bitches. And now, our story continues. The unnamed knight is catching some Z's.
I've been working on this for over a year
but
now.
At midnight,
That's how slow I am.
flaming lance comes down from the rafters and almost pins the knight's thighs to the bed. His thighs, yes. We'll go with that. And he does like what anyone would do in such a situation. He just casually pats the fire out and throws the lance into the hallway, and he just lays back down and goes to sleep.
I wonder if that needs a sound effect. Annotation. Even something simple like just whoop. This is why it takes me so damn long. Not only do I have to do all this artwork, but oops, wrong freaking button. I just want to zoom into this part. Ugh. And yeah, I know if I wanted to seem professional, I would use Adobe After Effects, but I don't give a shit. I want to use what's easy to use. This is much easier. Sometimes doesn't want to align with this freaking thing. Okay. But this is purely visual, which is why it works for me. Adobe After Effects, you pretty much have to find a tutorial for almost everything, even the most simplistic of stuff. Doesn't make sense to me. None of it's intuitive. It's a mystery. Not that way, this way. Not that way, this way. Yeah. I think it could use a little less still. Maybe 3 will be the magic. There we go. 3 it is. Shorten it to here-ish. Let's give it a behavior. Maybe pop up. See what that looks like.
And throws the lance into the hallway, and he just lays.
I kind of like it, but I don't like the out. Let's see. How about shrink? I don't think we need a during. Let's see what it looks like now.
And throws the lance into the hallway, and he just lays back down and goes to sleep, like you do.
Although instead of hinge, I have grow, hinge, reveal, shifting, sliding. What's sliding? I forget.
Throws the lance into the hallway.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sure that sounded great. If you're not first, you're last. And then we will have it ease in from. I don't know what any of these mean. I just like mess with it until I find it. A sign. What sign? Oh, I guess that's sign. You know what? What was it originally? Ease out court. Okay, so let's have it come from the right.
Throws the lance into the hallway.
So we'll have it start a little bit sooner, I guess.
out and throws the lance into the hallway, and he just lays back down and goes to sleep.
Like you do. We'll scoot it over just a little bit. I think it's fine.
Like you do. The next morning, Mass is held, and afterwards, the knight is looking whimsically out the window, while the lady who is hosting them chit-chats with Sir Gawain.
I want to put some _Gh𝐻𝐻𝐻 in here, but I just can't find any good references, and I don't want to make any myself, so fuck it.
As they're chillin', a funeral
Too
procession
lazy,
passes
too tired
by,
at this point.
led by a knight and a beautiful lady on his left. I'll bet
There, I
you'll
drew
never
some there.
guess who the beautiful lady is. When aforementioned hot lady is out of sight, the knight, who is staring dreamily at her, almost falls out the window. But Gawain catches him like, "Yo, don't
Unalive.
bruh." And the lady is like, better to
Unalive.
than to live on as a cart hoe. But even though she wishes him death,
Unalive.
she hooks him up with a horse and some gear. She's a nice lady after all. The knight and Sir Gawain head out after the funeral procession.
Okay, so let me save this really quick. Okay, I'm done making fun of this shit now. I'm not making fun of the fact that some people are sensitive to hearing certain words because they have trauma. I'm more making fun of the fact that in our society, we just don't, context doesn't really seem to matter when it comes to some of these things. It makes it very hard to tell a story or to explain when something happened when you constantly have to dance around using the actual words that would convey what actually happened. I feel like our society is constantly veering away from helping people learn how to cope with tragedy and the fact that guess what, death exists and it fucking sucks, but it's a part of life. So instead we use words like hamburger time from Metalocalypse. Please use the term hamburger time when discussing this concept with us. You know, it's now we got to say unalive or our videos or whatever won't even be seen. The algorithm will swallow them. And it's a little frustrating because, you know, it makes it very hard to summarize, especially an old story like this, because it deals with death. I'm sorry, I'm going to use a word, death all the damn time. So it's it's very difficult. Or other words we're not allowed to use, like it rhymes with tape, or you know, whatever other tragedies come up. You have to be careful about using the actual word that conveys the actual thing that happened because it's triggering to some people. It's like I totally get that. I have trigger words myself, but I also acknowledge that it can be very hard to convey concepts without being able to use, you know, actual language. That's just a little beef I have.
But I guess it was really fast because they were gone, baby, gone. So the knights enter a forest because,
Wait, hold on.
yeah, if I know my RPGs, adventure is always either in a forest or a cave. So they have the right idea.
Yep.
As they're strolling through the wood, they run into a lady who is there for reasons and ask for directions. And she's like, "I'll give you directions, but only if you give me whatever I want."
That's such an old joke.
This is reasonable.
So fucking dated.
I need to do this the next time a stranger asks me for directions. And people in this world are really quick to agree to these sort of arrangements because, yeah, they basically are like, okay. Gawain practically pulls a butthead off.
Yeah, there's like an old Welsh story. Is it like Rhiannon and Push, I think? It seems like a lot of these take from that. That in that story, Push totally agrees to give a dude anything he wants, and dude's like, "Well, I want your wife," and Push is like, "Oh, I didn't think this through." So that little narrative device comes up a lot in Arthurian legends, I've noticed.
Any way you want it, baby.
Lancelot is less thrilled. He's taken, obviously, even if it's only in his mind. So they swear to the, reasonable agreement. And she tells them about the whole shebang, which she somehow knows. Meleagant, which is totally not a play on malignant, a knight and son of the King of Gore, Bademagu, stole the Guinevere and all manner of peeps from Arthur's court and elsewhere, and he's keeping them in bondage. But the only way to get to his castle is to enter through two super dangerous ways. A water...
I feel like for this, let's see, it's at a transition. But yeah, no, this part's actually like a parallel to the other world. It's a Christianized telling of the other world. What is it? The king of Gore? That's like a reference to the other world where the she or the fairy folk live. But since this is a Christian tale, they're not trying to incorporate actual fairies in this particular story, so they just make it another kingdom for whatever reason.
Super dangerous ways. A water bridge and a sword bridge.
Yep, I guess they're going to Fontaine.
Our unnamed knight is like, pick whichever. I don't give a shit. Gawain smartly chooses the water bridge, and the unnamed knight takes the sword bridge route. He really gives no Fs.
He really doesn't. He's the OP Gary Stu of this story. It doesn't matter what he picks. He's always going to win, and everyone else is always going to look dumb compared to him.
The lady responds, I get a favor whenever I want from each of you.
Welch and I should.
And they're like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Okay.
So they split up and go their separate ways. On the unnamed knight's journey, he gets thirsty and starts daydreaming about the queen. By mid-afternoon, he comes to a river where there's a knight and a lady hanging out. The knight's horse is thirsty for water, while the knight is thirsty for something else, because he's still in La La Land when his horse charges towards the river.
You know, I need to add like a car sound effect or something there. That would be funny. I don't remember if I have any though. I need a sound effect. See if there's car brake screeching. No, I need like vroom vroom. Let's see if I have any. I probably would just name it vroom. Nope. I don't think I have a vroom sound effect. Or even if, you know, car revving maybe. Well, you know what that means. Time to go on the YouTube and find sound effects. Let's see, car vroom sound effect. Here, put this over here so y'all can see what I'm doing. I'm not gonna pick this, but that's awesome. You know what? Maybe I am gonna pick that because it's awesome. Hold on. It's not funny enough. It's got to be comical. Yeah, maybe I am gonna pick this. Why is it playing again? Why am I hearing it the second time? That's weird. So, behold my witchcraft. Wait, why? Why did I put Google in there? Okay, so I just look up YouTube converter MP3 and I just find one. I'll go with the top one. I don't remember if it actually works. You kind of got to screw around. Will it not let you do shorts? I wouldn't be surprised if it wouldn't. Let's see if another one will let us. Sometimes they're weird about it. They won't let you convert certain things. This might even say invalid. Is it going? Go. Please wait 5 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. I mean, it seems like it worked. Let's see if it works. Sometimes they're a little weird. Let me rename this crap. Tyler 1. There. I'm not gonna forget what that is. Pretty sure everyone's gonna recognize what the hell that is. I'm probably gonna have to edit the crap out of it to make it not overwhelm the video though. It's gonna be so long too. All right, so I'm gonna modify the audio level and let's lower it a bit. Let's put it at about 30. That might be too low, but we'll see.
La La Land when his horse charges towards the river. The other knight's a bit disturbed by, this knight bum rushing him and all while he's chilling with his lady.
Okay, I don't need the whole thing. Here, I'm gonna just
charges towards the river.
Okay, that's fine. You don't need the full Tyler experience. But fade out even. No, don't go up. I just want. No, damn it! Listen to me. Jeez. Okay.
Land when his horse charges towards the river. The other knight's a bit disturbed.
Okay. Let's put that down here. Does that have an exit? Does it have a? As a shrink. I guess that's fine.
Charges towards the river. The other knight's a bit disturbed. The river. The other knight's a bit disturbed. But
I don't know. Did I like cut it too short? I wonder. Because as much as. Yeah, it's fine. Whatever.
by you know, this knight bum rushing him and all
Tired of this
while he's
shit?
chilling with his lady. So he's like, "You can't cross this frickin' river." But our knight's thirsty times 3, so he's kind of busy with those porno vids in his head. He doesn't hear or notice anything. As his horse leaps into the river and starts drinking, the river.
I know I'm not supposed to say his name, but Lancelot is like. He's like me. He's got ADHD and attentive. I think he's just constantly daydreaming. In his case, about sex, I guess. And no, this is not an innuendo. Get your filthy heads out of the gutter.
Knight comes on his horse all like, "I'm the juggernaut, bitch!" and absolutely face quakes our knight. The nameless knight gets up like, "What's your problem, guy?" And the other dude is like, "Are you serious?" And they just start trash talking and grandstanding. And
Hold on. I forgot I put that. Yes, that's what the lady is. She's a delicious sex muffin. He has his own delicious sex muffin. He's not interested in this one's delicious sex muffin, but he don't know that. And so they gotta fight. That's the rules. I kind of want to see that again.
And they just start trash talking and grandstanding until our knight grabs the river knight, for God's sakes, why can't they have names, by the leg, and just kind of holds him, I guess. So they're at a stalemate. But they agree to a timeout, so they.
Yeah, it's really frustrating. All these characters are unnamed, every single one of them. So it's very hard to narrate about them. And I'm basically not saying Lancelot's name in the video as a joke because he doesn't have a name until I think halfway through the book. They finally announce what his name is. And by this point, it's 1,000 years in the future. We know it's Lancelot.
They can both be mounted and can bludgeon each other like gentlemen. So they set up like chess pieces, and the battle is on. River Knight busts our knight's lance, but our knight knocks River Knight off of his horse. Yeah, I know he's a cow in this version. Just, suspend your disbelief.
I wonder if I should. Here, hold on. There are ways to make whispering a little bit louder. You have to separate it. And I, raise it a bit. And this way. Hopefully it's not too high. It's here.
Right off of his horse. Yeah, I know he's a cow in this version. Just, suspend your disbelief.
I love how you can hear me like hitting the mic or something here. Maybe that'll sound better.
Yeah, I know he's a cow in this version. Just, suspend your disbelief.
Well, dang it. It's like something is really freaking loud, Mikey.
His horse. Yeah, I know he's a cow in this version. Just, suspend your disbelief.
Oh, well, fuck it.
Then they fight on foot with swords, and our dude is.
Should I put whack, whackity, whack, whack sound effects? I feel like I should. I mean, it's kind of implied with the sound effects you hear, but it looks like a comic, so. Whoa. How did you do that? I've never had to do that before. Well, anyway, whack. Caps whack. Yeah, that's good, I guess. Here, you need to move. I need to see this in layers or I'll get confused. don't know where I'm gonna put it. I guess right here. Rotate it a bit. Whackety. What size is this guy? 96. Let's keep them all the same size. You know what? I like 10. I'm going to have this one do 10 too. There. And that was at negative 8.7, so. So much whack. All right. And we're probably going to have them all go to there. I'm getting hungry. I kind of forgot to eat today. I don't ever forget coffee, but I do forget food. That's how brilliant I am. All right, what behavior shall we give you? See, I freaking love Camtasia. You don't have to figure out anything really super complex. You just play around with all this visual stuff, and it just all comes together. Shifting, sliding. I'm going to do pulsating. So that's how I roll, I guess. And then, we'll see how that looks.
Then they fight on foot with swords, and our dude is pissy that it's taking so long to kill this.
You know, I feel like they should pop up a little faster. I feel like that. No, dang it, not all of them. I screwed up. I feel like that's too slow. Speed them up a little. And for this one needs to have an exclamation mark because it's the final whack. Which means it also needs to go over a little bit there. There we go. Whack, whackity, whack, whack.
Then they fight on foot with swords, and our dude is pissy that it's taking so long to kill this guy. He really wants to get back to his Tang dreams.
Yeah.
But anyways, he wins, of course. And he's about to kill the dude who dares interrupt his mind wanking.
Oh, I can't say kill. I'm gonna have to put an alive in. I feel like I want to let that meme die, but I mean, at the same time, like he is trying to kill this guy. That's how they did it when they had these, jousting competitions. They literally were trying to kill each other. And the only thing about chivalry was, hey, if the person asks for mercy, you're supposed to give it to them. But a lot of dudes are like, nah, dog, I'm gonna go down like a boss. And then some, were like, please don't kill me. I don't want to be unalived. Where were all the little unalive jokes at? There they are. I think that's one right there. I said I was going to stop doing it, but admittedly, like the word kill actually probably will make it so that people can't find my video. That's the tragedy of it. Like, yeah, that's what they're doing to each other, but you can't say that. So it's like, oh, it's hard to tell a story.
Tang dreams. But anyways, he wins, of course. And he's about to kill the...
Okay, so it's over there. He's about to unalive.
And he's about to...
Is it here? Hold on. It's hard to tell.
And he's about to kill...
I think it's this one. Find out in a minute.
About to kill...
No, it's about. Okay. Oh, it's so hard. Because I say it so fast, too.
And he's about to kill the...
Kill the... Oh, this unalive is going to be... I'm going to have to make it like super chipmunk mode. So frustrating. It's what happens when you run a joke into the ground, too. And you just got to be consistent. Oh, there's already a speed clip. Dang. Forgot. That's why it's already high pitched. Oh my goodness. If it's funny, I'll leave it in. If not, I might just go back to leave kill in there.
Of course. And he's about to kill the dude who
It still says kill. Hold on.
of course. And he's about to kill the dude.
Yeah, no. Where's... Oh, it's so hard to tell. Where does kill start?
Of course. And he's about to
Right here, maybe? Here. I guess I can remove the clip speed because I don't have to make it so short, but it's still gonna be short.
and he's about to kill the dude who
I don't mind some of it being heard, but it adds to the humor. But
of course. And he's about to kill the dude who
does this still like have a big...
and he's about to kill the dude who dares interrupt his mind
No,
wanking.
no, stop, stop, damn you! I knew you were gonna do that. I knew it. Oh, it's so hard when you have to zoom in so frickin' much. The word can be heard too much.
And he's about to kill the dude who
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Please use the term hamburger. I'm going to add that clip to the end.
of course. And he's about to kill the dude who dares interrupt his mind wanking when the lady suddenly remembers that she's in the story and begs for mercy, as does the river knight. And our knight is like,
I feel like that comes a little too late here.
that she's in the story and begs for mercy, as does the river knight. And our knight is like, fine, but you have to be my prisoner. And the lady, who I guess is actually the directions lady from earlier, is like, release him and make him my prisoner instead, and I'll reward you sometime later. And she's a bit bummed.
Okay, let's have a little transition here.
And she's a bit bummed. She really wanted a better deal out of this whole arrangement, but oh well.
Oh man.
So that weirdness out of the way, our knight just kind of...
It's kind of odd that there's like this weird mic wind sound. I wonder if that's from my end. Here, let me play that again.
wanted a better deal out of this whole arrangement, but oh well.
Yeah.
So that weirdness out of the way,
That was me breathing.
our
in
knight
my
just
mic
kind of
right now.
leaves. He
So
bumps
does
into
Raven-
another hot lady. They are like flies in this world.
They are.
And she's like, I have an Airbnb nearby, but payment is only in ass, grass, or cash. But never mind the grass or cash. And our knight is like, I'm gay. But even though he's devoted to one lady only, he also hates sleeping in the dirt.
Should probably put like a drag sound effect. Yeah, no, he's so not interested. He's only interested in, that's like a courtly love thing. You're only into the lady who you are the most devoted to. Not into anybody else. Now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put the drag sound effect. Because this is moving, which means I might have to move or have the word move. And at what point am I going to have it in? That's another thing too. Probably around here. It's kind of boring just having it exactly straight too. That's boring having it exactly straight. I get it. No, let's not be negative. Let's be positive. There we go. Okay.
But even though he's devoted to one lady only,
I'm gonna have that move. So I'm gonna add an animation. I'm gonna have it stay kind of over here.
But even though he's devoted to one lady only, he also hates sleep.
I like how it floated back. I was like, no, I'm over here now. That's the one thing that's kind of rough about Camtasia. It's really hard to control the animations. They pretty much just do whatever the hell they want. So that's one area in which Adobe After Effects, there's a lot of areas in which Adobe After Effects is way better, but it's such a hard learning curve.
But even though he's devoted to one lady only, he also hates
Still.
sleeping in the dirt.
It still went backwards a little bit. That's so freaking annoying. Add a fade here too. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Devoted to one lady only, he also hates sleeping in the dirt. So he
Well, I don't have to add a fade. I can also just say, hold on, to tell it to go to 0% of, oh, not scale. What am I doing? Opacity. Just be invisible. Wait, that's 10. There. See how that does?
even though he's devoted to one lady only, he also hates sleeping in the dirt. So he agrees to putting out for shelter, and they head to her place.
Look how happy she is. She's like, yay! I'm gonna get some D. My God.
Meanwhile,
So long.
he's thinking, oh no, I'm so awesome, she won't be able to get over me. Whatever shall I do? Life is
OJ's
hard.
day.
Well, at least the nice thing is that this lady totally lives in a penthouse suite with a moat and everything. And when they enter, the place is already arranged. Like, the wine is out, all the guest towels are set up, but nobody's there. I guess the house elves did it, I don't know.
That's very sus. It's like she's an otherworldly being herself.
So she wines and dines him until evening.
It's all sus.
Then she tells him, go outside for a while. Not that she needs to arrange a clever ruse or anything. And to come to her when the time is right for their agreement. And our knight's like, okay. He goes outside.
I need a song for this part, but I'm not sure what I want to use. So let's see. Because this one pretty much worked until this point, but then this is like the very end. So let's see. I want to check my Discord, but I don't want it like up here with everybody. Let's see. Who's messaging me? Are you free at the moment for one comic dub? Please. Wow. Okay. I like doing comic dubs, but I don't like that this person won't even like get me a coffee. He keeps asking me to do comic dubs, and I'm like, I do like comic dubs. But if you ain't even gonna give me $2, I don't know, man. I don't know. You ain't even gonna toss me a pity coffee. All right.
For a while. Not that she needs to arrange a clever ruse or anything.
People just
And
want
to
you to
come
work
to
for
her
free.
when the time is right for their agreement. And our knight's like, okay. He goes outside and I guess enters sleep mode for an hour or something
Beep, boop.
before he pops back into reality.
Here, you know what? I'm gonna add that. Beep, boop. Shutting down. Make it a little bigger. That's what she said. There.
Hour or something before he pops back into reality. It goes in and looks for her, but she's nowhere to be found. But he's loyal to his word. I gotta find this chick I don't want to have sex with, I guess. So he continues to look around.
It is kind of a nightly code thing. Like, weirdly enough, you're not supposed to be overt about turning someone down if you're disinterested in them. I mean, you can obviously turn them down, but you're not supposed to be like, ugh, or go away, I'm taken. I mean, you're supposed to tell them, like, I can't. I have someone. I have a thing. But you're not supposed to shame them. But at the same time, his host has requested him to come to her, so he's kind of like, well, she's let me stay here. I gotta go do the dang thing. I love how his hand's floating. Just pretend it's the light from the lantern. That's totally what it is. Not that I forgot to shade in the sleeve. And so this is basically the end of the video. I'm gonna have my bunny character, my jackalope character pop in. Where's her? Yeah, like, there's a whole bunch of little PNGs I have of her. And every time her horns grow, I have to basically like make a separate thing for that. So it's a little frustrating. And that's it really. I don't see any reason to really stream much further, but yeah, here, zoom out. Oh my goodness, it's still not zoomed out enough. Ah, here we go. It is. So yeah, that there are a lot of pictures in here. What number was this? It just says seeking a lady. There's more than 30 actually. There's probably about 40 drawings because some of them aren't. I had to add them in later because I was like, I need another picture for this part. But yeah, there's a lot of it's all pencil art. I have like a whole big giant art book now full of all these pictures. That's probably just gonna rot in my closet because I can't imagine anybody would actually pay me what I think it would be worth to sell it. But if it ever comes up, see. Otherwise, it'll just be one of those weird Grandma Uline things where future descendants of my clan will be like, "Oh yeah, we had this kooky grandma this one time that drew all these weird ass pictures for some old Arthurian legends." I don't fucking know. These weird animal characters doing bizarre shit. But yeah, no, I love I love that he's like a centaur, but he's a bull. And yes, this lady here is the same as this lady. Like, see the puff? Like, I probably will add a sound effect here that goes poof. Maybe even a Pokemon Pokeball opening sound effect. So you could see, like, oh, well, that's interesting. She's a shape-shifting kitsune. Okay, so part of the problem is the book doesn't tell you that she's the same lady from earlier until after everything goes down, and I had forgotten that she was the same lady. So I was like, oh fuck, poof, shape-shifting kitsune, ha, totally planned. And that's gonna happen a lot again later. I'm pretty much gonna have to reread through the damn story to remember who's who, because again, none of these characters have names, with the exception of the rare few. So yeah, I can't even tell you the number of times I've already read this story, but I never remember details like that about who's who because these characters are so nondescript. There's not much to them. So it's really hard to remember who's who and who does what. So anyway, that's it. This is going to upload by the 1st. Like, yeah, tomorrow it'll upload. I might upload it early for my patrons, but it's like a day early. Big whoop, right? Thanks to anyone who eventually watches this. And boy, be